Alien lovers.
Me.
Alien deniers. Come.
A
Don't
lover
be shy. I'm
and
something
an
like
alien.
Constantine here, where I walk between these worlds. I very firmly believe aliens are
If you say it wasn't you, then you're a denier. Wait, what did I do?
out there, but I very strongly
It wasn't
deny
me
they've
for
ever
what?
paid us a visit here. And no matter how many times I am given uppies hoisted on a mountaintop to scream it from the top of my lungs, I still get denigrated and reduced to a non-believer in aliens. Just because I don't think they've been here. I think they're out there, those dirty cosmic
Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him?
perverts. And if they ever come for this butt, you know I'm parrying it. But I don't think they ever have. And I don't think they ever really will. There is nothing that
Wait, guys, it kind of looks like I'm sitting next to him.
makes me really believe that we have ever been visited, especially when all of the narratives rely on them crashing here at some point. And the reason why I'm talking about this is there's been a huge interview with David Grush, which is someone I've talked about before because he is a whistleblower who I've found, and many others have found, to be like a pretty credible source for this kind of information. And not long ago, he publicly went in front of the whole world to talk about this, and even had like a private hearing about it, and could only reveal like little morsels of information, but it was very interesting at the very least. It made me believe that maybe we're on the cusp of like some kind of big disclosure day event where we've got videos of
Oh no, humans are on to us. We gotta run.
gray aliens, pushing Mongo and he hitting a dark slide grind down 30 stairs or something, right? But nothing ever has. And now he just did an interview that he talks about a lot of big things, making huge claims. But still, some of the stuff he talks about.
Okay, sorry for pausing so much, but his figurines are so cool. Like, that's such a cool, like figurine. It's also huge. It's just such a cool room.
He is mentioning like recovering wreckage and shit. I just cannot, like, I can't suspend my disbelief enough to actually like bite onto that titty for this milk. I can't.
Whoa.
Because if there are extraterrestrials that have reached this planet, it means that they have the technology to travel light years, which is an unfathomable.
I forgot that he has a very interesting way with words. You never know what to expect coming from his mouth, because he's gonna say something so unhinged, so out of pocket. But also, it's just Charlie. He just does that.
Unfathomable, and by our current understanding of how everything works, impossible feat. So if they do reach us, their technology is beyond our comprehension, and there's no fucking way that it would crash here. Like, what are the odds of that? They can reach us here, and then what? They just start fucking butt chugging Miller Lights and drunk drive,
Hello,
crashing
Caleb.
in the middle of nowhere for us to recover it? We would be not even ants to them on the technological food chain. There's just, I just don't buy into that. I don't. But
Does he think, like, aliens would eat humans? I don't think humans are that nutritious. Like, there's so much, like, toxins, and it feels like it's maybe too long to... Like, if you think about it on how we grow animal... I'm gonna stop talking.
I do always find it interesting when someone like David Grush comes forward.
You
who
have
does
experience?
Have, like, a
No, but I
legitimate,
feel...
serious background and talks about these things. So I wanted to provide you with the most
I do
recent news. He did it
not.
on Dr. Phil's podcast, of all places, which already gets you scratching at the hair on your chinny chin there when it comes to like, well, how reliable can it be? But I still do want to talk about it.
His name is David Grush.
I mean, it depends on what alien's home planet is like. That is a very solid, valid point.
14 years in the Air Force, and then
He's standing so still. He's like a statue.
held some of the most closely guarded secrets as an intelligence officer.
Now, the first part of the interview is kind of focusing on why he's decided to come forward with all the information and all the claims that he is making, and also at like what cost it's come to him on a personal level due to like scrutiny, as well as like even members of the government working against him and like targeting him for this kind of stuff.
Well, one of the things that I have
Oh my
objected to is
glorpness,
that
he's so
these pieces of
smooth-headed.
information that have been released have been released with very little context.
Yeah.
So people have a difficult time in understanding, what does it all mean? And I don't think that's by accident. I'm wondering, as I see these 5 tranches of release and I see these grainy videos, I've seen gun camera video. It is crystal clear if you want it to be crystal clear. And radar tracks and infrared, we're getting very degraded versions.
This was a surprising point that I wasn't expecting Dr. Phil to be bringing up. He is criticizing the huge UFO declassification circus that the administration's been putting on and parading around and celebrating, like, look how transparent this is, look at all this stuff we're providing to the public. But it's a bunch of gobbledygook. Like, it's a bunch of, like, really useless stuff. Nothing, like, overly new, A, and B, compelling. And Dr. Phil is even calling it out, like, it really seems like this is just supposed to be, like, distracting or even, like, hiding some things in plain sight, pointing out, like, this grainy...
I mean, that makes sense. If let's say there's extraterrestrials, why would you want, Okay, why wouldn't you want them to know that there's extraterrestrials? Wait a moment.
Footage doesn't have to be grainy. This could have been crystal clear if they wanted it to be. So why wouldn't they want it to be crystal clear? That kind of thing. Which I didn't expect them to bring up, but hats off to them for that there. This is something I've talked about, like why I'm not covering every single new release of these cum dumpsters that they're throwing out there.
Whoa!
UFO plastered on it and then nothing of substance there.
What a way with
What
words.
is available. So I'm concerned about the intention. I don't think it's coming from President Trump. I think he intends for there to be...
Today I went to a pet store and I saw this lady. There was a Trump-shaped squeaky toy for dogs. She picked it up and went to buy it. And she was like, oh, I thought this was just a toy for my son. It's for dogs, and she still bought it. That was, yeah.
transparency here, but I think when it gets into the bureaucratic apparatus, it's getting garbled. So
I think her son really likes Trump.
Philip? Is that actually what you think? What are your thoughts on the Epstein files? The way he handled that? What was his intention there? Like, come on, man. This shit is always so fucking weird to me.
I just want to know about aliens. I just want to know about new alien information, please.
Anytime there's something, like, bad, it's always never Trump's fault. Like, no, it must have just been someone Trump appointed that did this. It can't be Trump's fault. It's
This is
always
pretty
just someone he put
political.
in a position that's going behind it.
Aren't you the alien expert? I am technically alien expert of my own planet, not of other alien planets.
Back. Trump wants the best all the time and doing all the right stuff.
And technically, if you think about it, Earthlings are aliens to Uranians.
It's never Trump when something's wrong. Had to be someone else. Dr. Phil here, no, Trump has all the intention of, like, full transparency. We know most transparent administration in history, of course. This must have just been some deep state bureaucracy garbling it up and shit. Maybe even an EMP device. Who knows what kind of fucking doohickeys they've got over there garbling all of this, going against Trump's will. Oh, it's fucking ridiculous, bro. The sweeping is unreal. And let's say you're right.
Yes, stop sweeping alien information under the rug. Why are they hiding it from us? Why can't we be told, hey, they're right there and they're coming tomorrow? Instead, we're being like, it's from blah, blah, blah. False. Just tell us that they're here now.
Dr. Phil. He's appointed all the people that would be garbling it, you fucking moron. Oh, man. He made, like, a good point about, like, hey, these releases are trash.
Only tomorrow?
And it's
They're probably
really
here
weird that
now.
they're releasing it this way. Only to then...
Have you seen how Earthlings act outside? It's like it's their first day on the Earth. They might be aliens themselves.
Immediately start sweeping for Trump. And then David Grush, you can hear him go, oh, yeah. No, yeah, agreeing with it. Like, Jesus.
There's a lot of there's a lot of vehicle types. You have the disc, you have the sunfish boot heel looking thing, you have boomerangs, you have crescent moon looking craft, you have tic tacs, you have.
So you see, this is where I have a problem. You think these people have dedicated so much time on aliens, alien craft, all of that stuff, and they still have not named the ships. They're just saying sunfish looking like. I doubt that's what it's called. I doubt that's what you call it to your friends.
Egg looking craft as well. Certainly, it's very hard to deduce origin because it's not like we know exactly what point in space or time these things came from. But different types of pilots, if you will.
I like his teeth. He has the bunny teeth. It's very cute.
Different types of crafts. Some similarities in operation.
I love talking about unrelated stuff.
It's sort of like if you're a car manufacturer, a lot of people build sports cars that are in the shape of a Porsche 911 or a Ford Mustang. But there's many different drivers of said sports cars. If you get the course analogy.
Hello,
so
King.
A whole taxonomy of different intelligences.
Bro, what? Yeah, man. There's gonna be different drivers in every car, not just sports cars. What? I don't know if I'm misunderstanding, but that's a certified no shit moment. Because we're not clones. And I imagine if there were aliens, they also wouldn't just be the same alien driving every single one here and crash landing every time. So yeah, no shit, it'd be different pilots. And he talks about the pilots here like more in depth in a moment, which is what I really want to highlight. But this one got a big eyebrow raise from me as well, because now he is describing that there are so many different crafts, boomerang, egg-shaped, tic-tac.
We're learning about aliens. Penguinz0 has made a video about new alien information. This was a few days ago, but as you guys know, I was not there. So we're reacting to it now.
Which is, I've talked about the tic-tac video, it is an interesting one. As far
related to aliens, I just dropped my alien gel pens. Oh my glorpness.
As far as like all the UFO releases go, I'd say that's one of the more interesting ones. And he's talking about all of these different crafts, and I just find it so hard to believe there'd be that much of a variety, that many cosmic perverts coming to pay us a visit here, getting upskirts here of Earth. Like that, I think if there's even the slightest chance and a single alien has visited us, it would be one time, one race of aliens. Not them coming over here like it's a fucking bukkake with every single hot rod in their garage, cruising the cosmos to reach us. I don't think that would be the case at all. Like, I would have expected him to say, like, yeah, all of those videos and, like, a lot of those reports you've seen that have so many different aircrafts, like the saucers, the boomerangs, that kind of stuff, a lot of those are baloney, and those aren't exactly indicative of actual extraterrestrials, and then like describe maybe like one that is. But instead, he seems to be saying that all of these are actually different vehicles that have carried extraterrestrial travelers here. These are actual UFOs. They are actually aliens with different pilots. And that to me is just, that's unthinkable. Like that can't be possible. If there is that many, so many pilots and so many different types of vehicles, there is no way this would be like an actual well-kept secret. Not even close. This would be, we'd be seeing them all the time.
I'm trying to think. Maybe they just don't like Earth.
And with irrefutable evidence, not like
maybe they just don't like Earth
that we get. This wouldn't be something any government would able to be tight-lipped about, unless of course they're like working with the aliens, but that'd be like a totally different tidbit of lore. There's just no way there's this kind of variety of different spacecrafts that are capable of reaching us here. Again, the technology that would require is something that's even beyond our comprehension, and I don't even think we'd even be able to recognize what shape it's in, let alone be able to identify it like a boomerang, egg, tic-tac, that kind of thing.
Different intelligences from very familiar type of intelligence where they seem just a little more advanced than us to indescribable, non-corporeal type of sentience.
He kind of looks like the Giga Chat emote, but just the bottom part of his face.
Goes back to the orb phenomenon that came out in Tranche 4, that the administration is having this issue with these luminous orbs showing up at a certain sensitive
Hi, Martin.
test range. What is that? You can see that it's intelligently controlled. They come in groups. This isn't just ball lightning here, but it's this plasmoid type intelligence. Now there might be a structured craft behind said plasmoid, and that plasma discharge might be an artifact.
Hear me out. What if that right there? Wait. Where is it? What if this is a gang of fireflies? Mm-hmm.
Intelligently controlled. They come in groups. This isn't just ball lightning here, but it's this plasmoid type intelligence. Now there might be a structured craft behind said plasmoid, and that plasma discharge might be an artifact of the propulsion system, possibly. But we're seeing even weird stuff like that is almost unknowable what it is unless we have some way of studying it or capturing it that I don't know about.
Something very, very interesting he said there is that the range of intelligences has a wide spectrum. Some seem only slightly more advanced than us. That's a huge red flag. That's not possible. We are not even remotely on the idea of even broaching.
I love that response. Thank you, Janssen, for 5 streams straight. I love the response. It's like, yeah, no, there's no way. Hi, Durzo.
How we would travel light years. This, if there can't be an intelligence that is just slightly smarter than us, 10 IQ points smarter than the average human, that is extraterrestrial that he's talking about. That's not possible. They would have to be so unbelievably advanced that we would, I don't even think we'd have the capability of studying them. I don't even think we'd have the means of studying them or trying to reverse engineer or understand how they even got here. But now he's saying that some of them are only slightly more advanced than we are. Again, they wouldn't be able to reach us here if that was the case. If they're only slightly higher up the technological food chain, they couldn't make this trip because we can't even begin to start taking the baby crawling steps there. We're still shitting our diapers when it comes to fucking intergalactic travel and going light years.
He could be a modern poet from the way he talks.
I think it's important to remind David, we haven't even put people on Mars. No matter how much Elon Musk likes to pinky up, puff his fucking deformed chest out about, we're putting a man on Mars in, 10 years, and he's been saying
Wait, we haven't been on Mars? I mean, you guys haven't been on Mars?
We haven't even done that. So, a species that's only slightly more advanced than us is not reaching us. So, it makes me call into question, is he being truthful? Has he been fed lies? Are people lying to him and now he's saying that? Or is this malicious from the start?
Oh my gosh, I died. Morning, Uda. Charlie. Charlie's talking about aliens. Hi, bye.
Because that is just not a true claim. That just literally cannot be a true claim. Maybe wormholes to get around light speed travel, which is something that's been theoretical, but again, that's still only theoretical to us. We still don't even know how we navigate that. So slightly more advanced, but a familiar intelligence, there's no way it's getting to us. There's no way it would reach Earth.
Right, and you have also seen pictures or video or both.
Streak, thank you.
Life forms that are piloting these craft.
Show it to us. Email me the pictures right now.
As well. You've seen the cadavers.
Yeah. Some of the craft we've assessed that are likely drones, and some of the craft that we've recovered, it is true in some of the lore in the public space, we've recovered vehicles that were empty and the pilots were not there. That actually is a true historical statement. But yes, some of it was piloted, and I always find, even though it is my reality, I always feel uncomfortable talking about that because it is such a ontologically shocking thing to talk about the pilots. But what do you know? They look just like what people have reported seeing, like credible witnesses. You look at the Ariel School event in 1994, where 80 school children in Zimbabwe saw what we would call in pop culture speak small gray aliens, exactly the way you think. And what do you know? Some of them look exactly as reported by credible observers that have nothing to gain and everything to lose by.
There's quite a bit I want to talk about with that section there from David, but he mentioned the
Ugh.
1994 Zimbabwe alien sighting, which is something that I actually have gone over before on stream. It's made to sound more credible than it actually is. I will say at the very least, it's fascinating, but I don't think it's overly compelling when you actually get into it and look at it. So, in a nutshell, there is a reported alien sighting where this school in
I don't know if Bunch of Kids is a credible source because I know how aliens look. No, you don't. Hi, Cheese. Hello. I don't think kids are credible sources because if you've seen anything, kids like imagine all kinds of stuff, like ghosts, like and stuff. They just talk to themselves. They have imaginary friends, and then they grow up and they're like, yeah, I was just a kid. So I don't know if this is a credible source.
Zimbabwe had a ton of children.
If I went to some kid and said, hey, have you seen an alien? They would probably say yes.
And when asked about it, they had a lot of similarities in their stories and their accounts of it. They were also asked to draw it, and I think this is where it kind of falls apart. There is just very little consistency in the drawing from the children. Now, of course, they're kids. Like, they're not going to be top-tier, police sketch artists or anything. But there are so many details that aren't really agreed upon other than a craft and a being. The craft look of it is different from picture to picture. This one apparently had a Jolly Roger on it that said UFO, and also that it was, in the trees. Where is it? This right here is just the same picture repeated, by the way.
I think it's really funny that they said this is a credible source.
This one's just zoomed in. This one's not, I'm pretty sure. Because it's exactly the same.
It was the king of the space pirates.
What can be clear is that they saw something, or at least they believe they saw something. Now, when they were asked questions, some of the questions were a little odd. And there's not an unrealistic possibility that if you told a group of children, look outside, that's a UFO, that's an alien, oh, children have a very active imagination, they could easily start to convince themselves, like, oh, it's a UFO, oh, it's an alien, especially if you, set up a little something, if you really wanted to. And, when you look at some of these, this one is so different from all the others, and this is, the most descriptive, where it's describing something that has big black eyes, no mouth that was seen, a body that's like a human but all black with long black hair and a rotund belly with a flying saucer.
Rotund belly!
This one also is just...
Oh.
That's just Samara from The Ring. There wasn't a ton of consistency in what they were presenting, but their stories were matching up, which I feel is a lot easier to pull off if you all are told the same story. So, I am not the biggest believer in this being a very real,
what a nice hair.
flying saucer event where the alien just, I guess, wanted to visit a bunch of school children in Zimbabwe. But, there's a lot of nuance there. There's a lot of people that really believe in it. I'm not one of them. Now, outside of him mentioning that, he talks about, recoveries of, unmanned aircraft and also some that were manned and even have cadavers of the bodies.
Tomorrow was an alien according to the scary movie tree. So true.
From an alien visitor here. I don't think it's happened a ton of times. I can't imagine they just keep crashing into Earth for some reason. Again, the technology it would require to get here would really have me believe
we just really love Earth.
Crash on Earth, and especially not a ton of times to the point where we have a bunch of wreckage. And if that is the case, then I also imagine we'd find ancient wreckage. You'd probably be able to find a lot of these in ruins and stuff that the U.S. government haven't had their paws on. And that normal people would have stumbled upon by now too.
Do we mostly hear this alien information from US, or was there other places that talked about it? Wah!
That doesn't seem
Sorry.
to be the case. I'm not aware of any
I kicked the
places on Earth
cable.
outside of like the government.
It's
that
mostly
claims to have found
US.
alien
How suspicious. What this reminds me of, have you ever seen one of those movies where it's like the end of the world, but it's always happening in the United States?
wreckage, or like some really dumb hoaxes, obviously, but like legitimate alien craft. I haven't seen anything like that. So how convenient that the government is just the only ones that are able to recover all of this craft throughout all of time, and no one's ever stumbled across any other wreckage. Again, I doubt it. I don't think they're constantly crashing here like he seems to be indicating, and I also highly doubt that they just coincidentally, what a coinkydink, look like all of the reports that you see in pop fiction, like in movies. They look like the standard gray aliens, or what witnesses describe them as,
Why did they decide that they're gray or green? Like, what? Who decided what aliens are supposed to look like?
probing butt monsters, the aliens that are really lanky.
Have you guys ever seen Eggheads, where it's like the aliens are like just long eggy head?
type aliens. They just happen to look like that. I doubt it. Again, I doubt it. The aliens that I'm
You're
very
green?
sure are out there in the universe somewhere,
You don't
think
know
look
that.
anything like how we've portrayed them or imagined them to be. I would find it far more believable from David's account of things if he was like, yeah, this is unlike anything you've ever seen before. Like when he was talking about like these entities, like, almost like amorphous entities. That is more believable to me, or something more insectoid even, really. Like that would be more believable than just being like, oh yeah, everything you've ever like heard, super accurate. Yep. Flying saucers, eggs, gray aliens, all of it. That's exactly what they are. I really just don't think so. I really don't.
Right, of course. Have any of these pilots or occupants of these craft, to your knowledge, been taken alive?
Yes.
I like Transformers. Are cool aliens. Are Transformers considered aliens? That's so cool.
And I know people who have had direct interactions in a detainment situation, which sounds very Star Trek and sounds very crazy, but it is true. And I talked to a cabinet member, a former cabinet member, about that, who directly worked the issue for a particular former vice president. You can guess which one. Darth Vader.
And were they able to communicate?
Yes. And it is true that some sort of consciousness communication, of course, people call it telepathy. I cannot begin to tell you how it works, but there is some sort of communication like that. And even
I'm telepathically communicating to you guys right now. What color am I thinking of? He doesn't even give names. Cheese. Orange, black. Rainbow. I do like cheese. That one I think is the closest. I was thinking of number 7.
friends of mine that were on retrievals felt that kind of communication as they approached the vehicle when they were doing cordoning it off, waiting for transport.
By far the biggest bombshell he drops here, claiming that there have been live alien pilots that we have taken in. And not only that,
7 cheeses?
There has been communication with them through consciousness transmission or telepathy. Like some X-Men Jean Grey, Charles Xavier type shit. And then he gives an anecdote about like his friends when they were, getting one of the crafts, they felt that connection with the aliens. I fucking doubt it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I think David Grush does have real credibility. And I'm very curious what information he has, or what information he's being told, because I think a lot of it is just straight hogwash. And I don't know if that's by design, like he's doing this as like a distraction agent, or if it's something he's being told that he is now relaying.
That sounds like falling in love to me. He's in love with the alien. It's forbidden romance. It's doomed yaoi?
Because he believes that it's true, but I just don't think these claims are actually accurate or grounded in the reality of the situation. What he is describing with his friends approaching and then like feeling the spiritual pressure or like hearing the alien in their brain, like that sounds like some shit in like
kiss, kiss, fall in love.
Like the idea that we captured an alien pilot alive, or multiple alien pilots alive, is just crazy to me. The fact that the spacecraft would even crash here in the first place with this type of unthinkable technology that is genuinely incomprehensible to human beings right now. I can't imagine it crashing here, but in the event that it did, the fact that the alien would somehow get extracted from the crash site by us?
Born High School Host Club, yes!
I don't think so. We wouldn't even know how to approach that kind of crash site.
We need a remake ASAP.
We wouldn't be able to just get like the jaws of life out there and can opener the guy out of the fucking pilot's hatch, the cockpit. Like that, like how would we have even gotten the pilot out alive? Unless he was like telepathically communicating.
A remake with aliens?
Saying, peace. Let's all go to, you know.
There's technically an anime about that one alien girl that's wearing like a zebra-ish suit, or like a dress or something, and it recently got remade. So.
Whataburger and talk it over or something. Like I doubt it. Like, hey guys, look, I'm here to get some cheeky soap. I'm not here to cause any problem. We couldn't go to usecheeky.com all the way out there in the Andromedan galaxy, so I had to come a little bit closer. And now, you know, I spun out of control, so, you know, no big deal. Let me just get my, you know, my cheeky soap and be on my way. Like, how would we have even got that alien? Like, I just don't see how we would. Like, an alive alien. Like, a dead body, maybe. Maybe eventually we would have been able to get it out of its spacecraft, or maybe like fucking Peter Griffin death posed its way through the windshield. Like, who really knows? But like a live one, I don't think it would let us take it alive. Like, at the very least, it wouldn't want to just be captured by us. And I don't think it would be telepathically transmitting information to humans' brains, because I don't even think humans would be capable of receiving it. The Wi-Fi would be off. So even if they could communicate telepathically, I don't think they would be able to telepathically communicate with us. That is truly like some sci-fi shit, like some Star Trek shit, or like some ayahuasca shit. I just have such an incredibly difficult time believing that. And if the alien can telepathically communicate with us, it means that it is on its own extraordinarily powerful and would probably not let itself be taken alive. It'd probably pop our fucking brains like it's some shit out of The Boys before it would let that happen. If it's able to get into our head, into our thoughts. There's so much of that I think just doesn't pass the smell test. But trust me,
he's on to something.
I'd love to be proven wrong. Keyword, proven. How about some proof? Like, how about some proof? And I know David Grush is always talking about how everything's getting, like, wrapped up and garbled in the bureaucracy and all of that, so it hasn't come to light, but really wants it to come to light, all of these...
Hey, bro, I crashed. Call me an Uber. Zoom, 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 zoom. Yo, where's my alien Uber?
Evidence, or all of the evidence that he claims is out there about these claims that he's making. So, like, his hands are tied, but he's able to still talk about it pretty loosely. Like, that's a huge claim to be making, and he doesn't seem to be doing so with fear for his safety or anything. Little odd there, a little suspicious, especially when he, in the very beginning of the interview, was talking about, like, how bad this has been for him, like how risky all of this has kind of been for him going through this and whistleblowing on this subject. But now he's just willy-nilly talking about taking live aliens that can telepathically communicate and shit. But again, would love to see some proof to back this
True,
up.
we never know until we're proven wrong.
Unbelievable. This would be amazing. And I would be so happy to be wrong with everything I've said about alien visitors not coming here. I would love...
Well, technically, theoretically, I am visiting here, and I'm technically an alien, but we don't talk about that.
But they have. I want to be shown that they have. I want, more than anyone else on this fucking planet, I think, outside of my dad, maybe, I want so badly to see real, irrefutable proof of claims like
Technically, you also crashed. That is correct.
Of this spacecraft, these spacecrafts, of these pilots, of the cadaver. Like, I want all of that evidence. I want to see it. So, hopefully, that can eventually come out. It hasn't come out yet in all these huge dumps of information on UFOs and all of that, which is peculiar because it would have been a great time to do so, especially for the administration that I think is desperately wanting a W when it comes to transparency. And yet they allegedly have all this and not a single morsel of that seen the light of day. Weird.
Wow, how interesting.
Anyway, though, it was an interesting interview with nothing else that I wanted to yap about a bit because I, of course, am very deep into anything alien related. So